Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Thursday, and welcome in to the NCAA Hoops Hour. I am the big man on campus. Hope you're all having a great Thursday afternoon, February 28th, 2019. We are one day closer to March Madness. We are almost into March. To March in about 7 hours, and that means only about 20 days to the big day, 3 weeks basically. And we'll get you prepared for another night of hoops. A lot of mid-major games tonight, a couple of big games as well. We will break it down for you a little bit later. I'll chat Bryce Harper for a few minutes. We'll get into that at the end of the show. And yes, very nice night last night for me. Hit a premium play on Central Florida, -2.5 against South Florida. Pretty much a wall-to-wall winner. A real nice second half from the Knights, and they pull away from the Bulls and get the nice double-digit victory. So that was nice. Free play on the show was Texas Tech. A weird defensive performance from them last night. They did not play well, but the good news was there were other plays that did pretty well, and I know people cashed in. And, look, I think we always win a lot more than we lose on this show. So we'll take it. We'll get to all sorts of different games tonight. A lot of big injuries to keep your eye on. A lot of interesting spots to keep your eye on. And we'll get to all those and more. Make sure you hit the like button as soon as you get in here. That's very helpful. And listen, guys, the easiest way to grow a show is to tell people about it, retweeting it, tweeting the link out and discussing you like the show. All that stuff gets people interested. We get a nice group of people in here, but it's always nice to add more people as the show goes on. This is going to be your headquarters for college hoops throughout the tournament. A lot of great previews. Our previews as far as conference tournament will get going this weekend. We got the Atlantic Sun getting started on Monday, so already conference tournament's getting started. So make sure you're subscribing and interacting on the channel. Also, I want to tell you about our sponsor. And again, the great way to support a show and keep the show free and thank me for my work is supporting the sponsor. Make sure you go check out mybookie.ag. If you're in the market for a new book, there's a great site. It's called MyBookie. Awesome contest as the tournament gets here. You can actually play in a contest bracket-wise. They have squares, different survivor contests and things like that. A $50,000 bracket contest. All you need to do basically is just pay a small entry fee and you can get in that. There are great payout options, Bitcoin deposits and withdrawals, and they deposit and withdraw very quickly as well. So you can get your money quick. They also have first half added game lines, which there's a lot of books that don't offer those. So if you want to bet on, Fairleigh Dickinson or Stetson, you can bet on them in the first half at MyBookie. They also have the Phillies at 12-1 to win the World Series if you're interested, and all the other great futures as well. Make sure you're checking out MyBookie. Use promo code BMOC. Promo code BMOC. When you open your account, you get yourself 50% bonus on up to $1,000. If you deposit $500, they'll give you $250 back. If you deposit $100, they'll give you $50 back. That is only for new accounts. Make sure you use promo code BMOC. There you go. Also wanted to again thank you guys for your participation in checking out the show yesterday. Thanks to all of you. I made a donation today to the Pennsylvania Innocence Project. So make sure you continue to support me, and you're here every 27th as well, so you can support me and me making a donation to a charity in my neck of the woods that helps out the people of this great area. The Innocence Project is basically, to me, a charity that's very important. Basically, it helps free innocent people that have spent years in prison for no reason. You give hope to people that are innocent, and you provide stability and their loved ones home to families that have had to deal with all of this. We have to – I think a lot of people in our society, we just kind of take the criminal justice system and say, oh, well, There we go. But not really. I mean, we got to understand that it is a unjust criminal justice system, and we need to help the people that nobody's fighting for. So make sure you obviously understand what that is. You look at a guy like Dontia Patterson. Dontia Patterson is an individual that did 11 years in prison wrongfully. He was a 19-year-old kid at the time of this. He was indeed innocent of his crime and was released. And due to the great work of the Innocence Project, Dontia Patterson was released, and he's now a free man. So, again, putting money to work for charities like this are important. We have to remember, not only does it free someone, but it helps families with having a provider back. We need to support things like that. So that's where my money will go, and it'll help the wrongfully imprisoned. Let's move on. Let's get into some basketball here. First, I do want to shout out some friends of ours here on the channels: Mikey D, Isaac, Steve, Jason, the Hustle Man, Shun Childress, Jason B, Christofferson, Brendan, I Eat the Bones, KD, Bernie in here, good guy Bernie, Adam, Troy V, Ryan, Corian, Direct Sports, Adam, KD, just had some great lasagna, sounds good, Jewish Sex Learner, Michael Polakowski, Jar Jar, Troy D, Jordan, Marcus Mojica, Robbie, Anton, David, Chi Archie, Shane, Jordan, Space Monkey, Ron Fig, Mitchell, Steve, Daddy OF, Way, Wes Haas, Scott, Greg, all you guys, thanks for joining us. Johnny Kotson, do they have UFC? Yes, they have UFC. I actually bet some UFC today. So, yes, I definitely know that they have a UFC. Do I have any premium plays for today? Yes, I do. I have one, and that was sent out a little bit early. So let's get into the show here. Let's go over some games and help out everybody here. Big man, I hit a $5 parlay for $1,359. Wow, that's great. Good for you. Playoff Streets is in here. Playoff Streets. What's happening, my man? Tyrell, Lucky, Al Brown, G Coop. Thanks all of you for checking us out. Millionaire Milla, what's up, man? What's happening? By the way, I want to take my positive platform to give you one other thing. And I don't get anything out of this. Actually, I have two things to do. I don't get anything out of this. And then I promise we'll get to some games. First of all, I want all of you to go support, if you like rap music, go support my man, Benny the Butcher. Benny the Butcher is the best rapper in the game right now. It's not even close. Give the guy some fucking respect. Go check his music out. He's terrific. He's my favorite. And if you like good hip-hop, Benny the Butcher's your guy. Go check him out. Give these people respect for shit that they're putting out. Terrific work. Also, want to support a friend of mine, Mob Talk Radio. Great guy, Jeff Canarsie. Supported him in some art that he has for sale. Got a great picture of the Chin Gigante, a great canvas portrait. And he has all sorts of different portraits. John Gotti, Frank Sinatra, Angelo Bruno, Joey Merlino, really anybody, Carlo Gambino, whoever you want, you can grab a portrait, 24 by 16, really nice work, really cheap work, shipping included. Go check out Mob Talk Radio. Look, I don't get anything out of this. I just want you to support people that I think are talented. And this is a great thing to hang in your house. If you're a fan of crime or just something awesome, go check out Mob Talk Radio on Facebook. Get yourself a painting. They'll ship it right to your house, and shipping is included. How's my girl? My girl's very good. She's at work right now. Does she like sports? Yeah, she's a big Sixer fan, actually. She likes the Eagles. Big sports fan. Where's Benny the Butcher from? He's from Buffalo. Buffalo, New York, 716. Stand up. Shout out the 716. All right, guys, let's get into the show. I meant crime history and things like that. Let's get into the show here and talk about some games here. We'll start it out first with Old Dominion and UTSA. This is an interesting game here. Old Dominion, if we remember a few weeks ago, blew a 17-point lead with 4 minutes to go to UTSA. They lost on a 3-point shot with about 15 seconds to go, and it was a tough loss for Old Dominion. Old Dominion is a team that is right up top in the Conference USA. It was a big loss. This is a big-time revenge spot for this group tonight. They come into San Antonio with, I think, a lot to prove. They played a lot better than UTSA in that game, and they just had one of those barrages where they got lit up and lost the game. Old Dominion, very slow. Love-tempoed, slow. They're a good rebounding team, real good in the half court. And they should have some real success tonight. You look at UTSA really struggle internally in the interior in the half court. They do have issues with bigs. And what this will do for Old Dominion is it will open up the three-point range. You look at guys like Stith, Caver, Green, all those guys. This will allow them to get some production from three. And look, I love Old Dominion on defense. Always do. Jeff Jones, a great defensive coach. And I think if you're an Old Dominion player tonight, you don't really have to be sold anything. You know what happened back on January 26th, and you know that this team really shouldn't have beat you, but they did. This is a big spot. I think Old Dominion get the job done tonight in this one. I think as a bettor, you have to look at grabbing this. It's a spot where, for me, you just kind of like these. You also look at the line at this point. I would try to get a money line here. I wouldn't really worry about the 1.5. The public is all over Old Dominion. Line's moving the right way, so that's good news. If you're fading Old Dominion at this point, you're really just doing it to be a contrarian. Old Dominion is getting money. They should be getting money, and the line has moved the right way. So there you go. Old Dominion, I'd look for a money line. You just don't want to worry about 1 or 2 points when you're in a close game. This will be a close game. It's very, very rare that this is going to be a 10-point game with a minute to go. What else do we got here? I don't know if I can trust any good rap out of Buffalo. Again, Swamp Monster, it's a shame that you're not educated. I'm not sure if you know this, but Buffalo is actually top 5 in the country in crime. The murder rate is very high. There's a lot of activity there that has breeded guys that have lived this stuff, and they know what they're talking about. And they're not fake and phony. You should do some research. That is one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. You're not going to listen to anyone because they're from Buffalo. What the hell does that mean? Michael Jordan is from North Carolina. Does that mean he's not a good basketball player? Because it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. What does that even mean? He's not a good rapper because he's from what? Look, if you can rap, you rap. It doesn't matter. What? I don't know. Very, very dumb comment. Post Malone's from the middle of Texas. Does that mean he can't rap? Does that mean he can't be a good musician? That's a ridiculous comment. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And frankly, you should go away because you've just been balled up and thrown out. Go away. First of all, don't disrespect someone's hometown. Okay, there's no need for it. Put some respect on Buffalo. Get out of here with that. Dumbest comment I've ever heard. And we've heard some dumb ones on here. Let's get to some more games here. St. John's, this is an interesting one. They got Xavier tonight in Madison Square Garden. I believe this is Madison Square Garden. But either way, this is a tough spot for St. John's. If anyone can figure out St. John's, I'd like to hear from you. Okay, because they beat Villanova, And then you're thinking, oh, my God, St. John's is in. They're in the tournament. But then they go out and lose to Providence. And they beat Seton Hall. Like, if anyone can figure out this team, let me know. You also look at the fact tonight that no Mustafa Heron tonight for St. John's. He was reported that he'd be out tonight, and that's a huge injury for St. John's, one of which is because he scores 15 points a game and grabs 5 rebounds. But you look at the rotation for St. John's. This is probably the most important thing I'm going to say tonight. You look at St. John's this year, 346th in the country out of 353 team in bench minutes. Only 20% of their minutes are gained by bench players. They don't have a bench. They only have one player that averages over 17 minutes a game outside of their starting 5. This is not a deep basketball team. So while that hurts them from a production standpoint, it also really hurts their bench because they don't have a bench. And this is one of the reasons I'm not particularly high on St. John's long term. SMU was very similar to St. John's a few years ago. Back when they had Shake Milton and Sterling Brown, they only went 6 deep. And everyone's talking about, they're great. And they were, but first game they played USC in the tournament and got beat. You have to have depth, and St. John's doesn't have it. And you're facing a really tough Xavier team tonight. This team, for what it's worth, they did lose 6 in a row, but they've also bounced back and now have won 4 in a row, including a nice win over Villanova, beat Seton Hall, went up to Providence, got a nice 14-point victory. This team's playing great basketball right now, and they are really tough. Marshall, Scruggs, Jones, Gooden, Castline, Wellage, they're really good, and they're going to bang you around down low. Good rebounding team, pretty efficient, play solid defense. I'm taking the 4.5 here. I like Xavier. Games at Carnesecca. There you go. But I still like X. Good call by RT Collin. Chris Mullen, the hack that he is, has never beaten Xavier, which that doesn't surprise me. Talent can come from anywhere. Exactly. It's a great call. Great point. And look at me. I'm a talent. I come from nowhere. Great point, Mitchell. Not an overly big St. John's team either. Do you like Northeastern minus 4.5? No, I don't. I do not like Northeastern. Not saying they won't win or cover, but I'm not saying I like Delaware either. I just unfortunately missed the number on Delaware. This Delaware team's actually been pretty solid this year. They've done a nice job there. Delaware many years ago was solid under Monty Ross, but Martin Ingleby's done a pretty nice job there. 16-13 is not bad for Delaware. They've actually been really scrappy, and this is their second crack after a 2 overtime loss in Northeastern back on December 30th. So they played them tight. This team's young. They're going to get better. Delaware, a team that we have to realize they are at home here in this spot, and they are really good defensively. You look at this year, Delaware, 4th in the CAA in defense, 1st in 2-point defense. You look at how Northeastern likes to score. Northeastern will definitely get theirs. They're a pretty good jump shooting team. This could be a decent over, frankly. But no, I don't really like much here. I don't really want to fall into the Northeastern trap. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate that. Do I like Georgia Southern? I didn't have much on that game. I'm actually going to get into that conference here in just a bit. Make sure you retweet the show and like it. And support us always. Let's go to the next game here. Another injury concern, guys, out in the West Coast. Weber State, Northern Colorado. Jarek Harding questionable tonight for Weber State, and that's bad news if you're a Wildcat fan. Jarek Harding is the pulse of Weber State. You look at Jarek Harding, one of the better scorers in the country, 22.2 points a game. This is a guy that they desperately need if they want to win games. I mean, you look at other than him, I mean, he accounts for, a quarter of their offense. I mean, he's important as hell to what they do. Over 25% of their points are scored by Jarek Harden. I mean, that's or almost 25%, about 20%. That's important. You need Jarek Harding in the lineup. He's a guy that really is the kind of the beat for them offensively. One of the better 3-point shooters as well, and a guy late in the game shoots 86% from the line. That's a guy you want at the line. This is a big loss if he can't play tonight against the Northern Colorado team who's playing really well right now, fighting against Montana for the Big Sky. Keep your eye on that if you could try to find some info. This line's actually moved up, I believe, to 5. So, obviously there are, I think, some interest that Jarek Harding's not going to play tonight for Weber State. That's a big loss if he can't play. So keep that in mind as you make your late night wagers. Jarek Harding for Weber State possibly out, and that line's moved up to 5. If you can find good info and you could snag a 5 and Harding's playing, then obviously you're going to get the best of it. But an ankle injury always questionable. Jarek Harding really good for Weber State. Let's keep it moving here. A couple of comments. Besides you, I'm not at SBR anymore, but who is the best all-around capper at SBR? The best all-around capper, I would probably say Peter Loshak. I mean, Peter Loshak is pretty smart. He knows what to look for. He knows how to bet. He knows kind of what to keep his eye on. I'm not sure if the situation he's in right now fits him, but I think if you got everyone in one room, he would be the smartest person there. That's always why I liked Peter. I want at least to talk to you and feel like you have something and you have some kind of idea of what you're talking about. And Peter's pretty good as far as giving an opinion. He's always kind of a guy that will make his opinion known. I think he's pretty smart, personally. Do I think Northeastern wins the game? I think they'll win probably, but I think it's a pretty close game. Austin P looks good tonight. Yeah, probably. Good call, Baseball Bob. Little revenge for Northern Colorado as well. No problem. Let's keep it moving. Texas State and Troy, another injury spot. And I've talked about Troy. They're a fade team for me. Troy, the Trojans. They're the worst team in the Sun Belt. And look, Texas State right now, 1 game up on Georgia Southern and Georgia State. Texas State, the boys from San Marco, have to have this one tonight. They're laying 5.5. I like this spot for Texas State. Jordan Varnado, guys, still out for Texas State or for Troy. Without Jordan Varnado, guys, they've lost 7 of 8 since he's went out. Texas State's 9-3 on the road this year against the number, and they have the best defense in the league. You look at Troy, and really the big questions have been, how's this team going to score without Varnado? There was questions of, would he be back at any point? You look at, arguably, they've had a lot of trouble. I mean, last 3 games, he scored 52, 51, and 63. And now you're facing the best defense in the league. This one, to me, has 70, 59 written all over it. Texas State, play of the day, going to be a free play of the day. I like Texas State tonight. Danny Casper and the boys playing well. They must keep pace with 4 to go in this game. I like Texas State. I think they grind one out, find a way to win by, 8 to 11 points, something like that. Texas State, the Bobcats, going to be a free play of the day. Any thoughts on Fairleigh Dickinson? Yeah, in fact, I do have some thoughts on Fairleigh Dickinson, and I like them tonight. It's interesting. FDU's playing pretty good. They're in the Northeastern Conference, if anyone's curious. They're playing well. They've already won by 18 at Mount St. Mary's. really need to keep pace. They're a really efficient offense. For anyone that didn't know, FDU is actually fifth in the country in three-point offense, three-point percentage. They're facing a Mount St. Mary's team that's had major trouble guarding the three-point line, 313 out of 353 in three-point defense. They've not won a lot of games, Mount St. Mary's, an 8-21 campaign. And I think for them, they're just kind of looking to get to the end of the season. This has been a tough year for Engelsberg's team. And you got a real good offense coming in here, a team with kind of their eye on the prize. This is the most efficient offense in the NEC. I think they want that top spot. I like FDU tonight at Mount St. Mary's. That's a good one there. What else do we have here? You have Knicks tickets tonight at the Garden. Well, you're a good fan. Not sure why you would support that. And they're playing the Cavs? Fuck. When'd you buy those? And why'd you buy those? That's pretty bad. No, I'm not saying it's bad to do it. I'm just saying I give you a lot of love for doing that. Santa Barbara -8. I'm not sure. I think that's too high. I think Long Beach will cover that one. I think they cover. Frankly, I think they cover easily. I think this is a close game. Long Beach State's actually a pretty good basketball team. I always have liked Dan Munson as a coach. The Beach is always solid. They always seem to hang a lot of the time. And, I like Deshaun Booker a lot. They've had a lot of good guards over the years at Long Beach State. A guy like Casper Ware, a terrific player. Brian Alberts came over from Gonzaga for them. They have a pretty good bench, a pretty big team. I like Long Beach State. I think they hang in this game. I think 8 points is too many. This is kind of a rivalry game out in that area. Like the spot for Long Beach. Any thoughts on Wagner? No opinion on Wagner tonight. What's my email to get premium plays? It's going to be bmocsports@gmail.com. bmocsports@gmail.com. I think this is a must-win tonight for Minnesota at Northwestern. Right now, I have them as a first four-out team. They have not helped themselves lately, losing 6 of 7. But tonight, they're playing a game against, to me, the worst team in the Big Ten, and it's Northwestern. Northwestern's on 7 in a row. I think a guy like, guys down low, Amir Coffey should do whatever he wants against Northwestern. There's no flow to their offense right now. They can't rebound. Chris Collins has been a tough year for that team. Listen, in my opinion, if Minnesota lose tonight, they're not going to make the tournament. You have to win tonight to make the next 2 games important. They need to get the job done. Minnesota, they've been pretty decent for me this year. I think they go on the road and beat Northwestern. I like Minnesota tonight in a pick-em situation. What's the price for premium? You can email me. We can talk about that. Yeah, I'm aware of the dumb Knicks fans that go watch this team. I don't understand why. The Garden's a shithole also. All brutal plays. I hate the Garden. We have 93 likes, not 5. You might want to recalibrate your listenings there. What happened to Marsh's offense this season? They just don't have a lot of talent outside of John Elmore. Yeah, have fun, Eric. I guess it is still kind of a legendary place to go. Kind of in the middle of everything here, guys. I have some big news coming up, possibly. Hopefully, it all works out for me. You guys will know in probably about 2 weeks. So I have some exciting things to do and people to see. So you'll probably know in about 2 weeks what's going on. I'm very excited for all this, and you'll all figure what that is in about 2 weeks. They always say one door closes, another one opens. And, as it's been about 3 weeks since I left SBR, I'm very happy where I am. I really am. I was with SBR for so long, but I really was quick to realize that, you get taken for granted places, and I really just didn't agree with the where they are and where they're going. And I'm very happy that I've moved on and opened myself up to other things, and we'll see what happens. I have a baby on the way. No, that's not, as far as I know, that's not correct. And getting married, no, I'm not getting married anytime soon. I'm very happy with the girl I have, but she's younger than me. We're just enjoying life right now. It's only been about 6 months, so yeah, that's not happening either. Uh, well, I'm being the new No, I'm not running for president. Am I going to the Action Network? No, I'm not going to the Action Network. As far as I know. Did I ever feel like they were running me into the ground with all the videos I was doing? No. It was other things that they do. Um, you know, I'm not gonna drag them. I mean, there's no. I could say a lot about them, but I'm not going to. So we'll move on. But we got some cool news coming. Hopefully, let's just say the DMs have had some fun recently. No, I don't have a kid on the way. Please stop. No. As far as I know, no. Am I a WWE fan? No, I'm not a WWE fan. I don't think I've ever watched it. Do I like Wofford? I mean, I always like Wofford, but not one I really looked at totally. I didn't really look at much in the SoCo tonight. Don't really like the card. One game that I do like as well, I like Northern Kentucky against Milwaukee. This Milwaukee team's a total fade right now. They've lost 9 in a row. 5 have come by double digits. This Norse team, good. I mean, I haven't been involved with them really at all, but you look at the first game, won it very easily by 13. This time they're at home. I don't know how Milwaukee scores in this game. This team struggled all year to score points. Just not really a good basketball team. One of the worst in the horizon. Northern Kentucky looking to bear down on Wright State in the horizon. And I think this is a good spot for NKU tonight, laying under double digits. This is a Milwaukee team that has been brutal, like I said, lately. Go through a couple more games here in just a second. I wanted to say one thing. I talked about my bookie a little earlier. Make sure you are checking out my bookie. Use promo code BMOC. Get yourself 50% on a deposit bonus on your first time sign up. Someone's asking about, did I make any UFC picks? Yes, I did actually. I took Zabit Magomed Shaparov or whatever his name is, the kid from Dagestan. I bet him pretty large. I like him in this fight. Again, I don't look at UFC like a lot of people do. I don't love it. I'm more of a boxing guy, but I do know about Zabit, and I like him a lot. I think he'll beat Jeremy Stevens. I laid a little juice on it, but I really like the play. So that's one thing that I took in UFC. All right, Jordan, take it easy. I did not hit the lottery. Guwap is saying Murray State is a lock. Yeah, I mean, they're not going to lose. I know that. Gonzaga, they're another game that I like today, and they're going to be my other play of the day. The Bulldogs minus, what do we got, 22.5, I think. I'm going to take Gonzaga here. Look, I don't really care what the number is, to be honest. Gonzaga minus 22. Listen, I'm not going to bore you on what Gonzaga does offensively. They're number one in efficiency, effective field goal, 2-point offense. They're just number one in everything. I mean, what do you say? They won the first game by 31. They've won 8 games in conference by 22 or more. They have one of the most historic scoring margins in the history of college basketball over the last 22 years. I think, in fact, they have the highest scoring margin. They win every game by 30. Pacific is horrendous. They have no offense. They have no half-court prowess. They do nothing as far as running offense. They're an ugly team. I think their only success here could be if they really slow this game down and Gonzaga just can't shoot straight. But I mean, this one should get ugly. I'll go to like 85-55 or something. I'll take Gonzaga minus 22. That's the other free play of the day. If Big Man goes to Barstool, that would be absolutely amazing. What would be amazing about it, Eric? Tell me. What's the biggest tip I can give to a new bettor? Biggest tip. Listen, I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean, make sure you take time every day to look at the card. Don't just bet to bet. Know what you're betting, understanding what you're betting, and just kind of take time. Treat it as a business. If you treat it like a business, it'll pay like a business. Two favorites tonight. Not exactly something I love doing, but we'll do what we got to do. I have, as I said, one game tonight. It goes on the earlier card, and I'm very happy with it. Very happy with the number I got, and very happy overall with everything I have. I'm 1-0 in the week. We'll look to go up to 2-0. We're really just looking to add on units at this point. We have plenty of time to do it. It's been a terrific run. You know, I really look back and I say to myself, where would I be if I didn't lose 9.9 units to start the season? And I would be up about 15, 16 units. You know, it'd be nice, but, you know, you have to understand when you're going on losing streaks, just keep going, keep doing what you're doing. You know, you can't just quit. You can't just, you know, chalk it up and you got to look at something and say, let me take a step back. Let me figure out what I'm doing here. Let me tighten up. The good ones always tighten it up and figure it out. So hopefully that will continue. We just take it day by day. We don't get too excited. We hope to cash out and win a unit every night. That's what you got to do. You got to try to cash out a unit every night. These guys that try to get rich every night, it ain't going to happen. You got to just take it day by day. Is the competition with King Rail over? Yes, the competition is over. Yes, I did win. Did you sense a change in the way games and covers tightened up over the last 1.5, 2 weeks? Yeah, I mean, I think they tighten up because the season's getting shorter. I mean, games mean more. Teams care more about standings, you know? Thank you. Appreciate it. That's pretty much it for tonight. You know, I went over a lot of games, gave a lot of opinion here. Obviously, want to keep an eye on Jarek Harding, see what his status is later for Weber State. Just a couple other quick thoughts. Omaha looks like they're in a good spot tonight against Oral Roberts, but Nezekezi is back for Oral Roberts, so that's obviously a big get for Oral Roberts. But Omaha really needs the game to stay close in the Summit. Florida Atlantic, North Texas. I'm not sure North Texas is 7.5 or 8 points better than Florida Atlantic. Not really sure I see that. North Texas is really solid, and I like the Mean Green Dude. Grant McCasson's a good coach, but this team's lost 4 in a row. They're not playing particularly good basketball right now, and I'm not really crazy about laying, 3+ possessions. You know, you look at FAU. Losing Jalen Ingram hurt, obviously, but you still have some capable guys. I don't know that I see 8 points difference here between these two. Good call, Gina. Thank you. But all right, guys, that's going to be it for the games. We're going to talk about. I'll just point out some Bryce Harper stuff. Um, you shouldn't be betting teasers or parlays either. I don't have any thoughts on IPFW. Texas Tech couldn't stop. Yeah, we get it. They couldn't defend last night. What are you going to do? They're number 4 in the country and defending the 3. I mean, it is what it is. I think it was a great play. It happens. I'm not crying over losses. I don't cry over losses. Move on. Thank you, Joey. That's very nice of you. I don't know where to go to get that money, but I wish you would have just donated it to a charity instead. I appreciate that you're very kind. Listen, if you guys want to donate money, go support the sponsors or charity, or do something else. It's very nice of you, though. I'll try to locate where that money is. I don't understand YouTube. I don't know how you get paid from it. Because I get paid on every video I do, like a little bit. It pays me for ads and stuff, but I don't know where the money goes. And I know people pay me those things there. I don't know. Do I think Grand Canyon could become a power like Gonzaga? I don't know about that, but I think they could become a power for sure. Good to know. I'll take a look at that. All right, let's move on. I want to get to just some Bryce Harper stuff. Obviously, I thought it was obviously huge news, but I'm not really sure why you would give a player a 13-year contract with no ability to opt out. Again, I mean, obviously the player, wants money for as long as he can get it, but the Phillies have really hamstrung themselves here. What if, what if he gets injured? What if he something bad, God forbid something bad happens to him. I mean, obviously it's just odd. I mean, you don't normally see that. I mean, this is not a guy that's been good in the playoffs. I mean, I think he's only hitting .210 in the playoffs in his career. I mean, he had a I think he was 80th in WAR last year. Was not particularly strong. He's never been good in the playoffs. A lot of pressure on Bryce Harper now. 23 strikeouts and 76 at bats in his career in the playoffs. But the good news for the Phillies is he absolutely destroys Citizens Bank Park. It's his best park as far as him. I think he has the highest slugging percentage in the league at Citizens Bank Park. I mean, qualified bats. I mean, he's a guy that destroys it at that ballpark. Lefty batter in that ballpark. I mean, it's huge. I've often said I feel Bryce Harper is a bit overrated, but there's no denying that he won't kill that ballpark. There's no denying it. And the Phillies needed a player like that. Just that simple. Do I cap NHL? No. We'll see. But Phillies are definitely a big time contender now, and they're going for it. And you have to like that. So good for them. I have a future on them, so I'm pretty happy with it. I'll be on with Gabe Morency and Cam Stewart around 6:20 today on Fantasy Sports Network. You can follow that on Twitter, FNTSY Radio. I'll join those guys. I'm sure we'll talk about some Bryce Harper and some other stuff as well. He should have been a Dodger. Well, he's not. And the Dodgers, again, fail in free agency. A team that really never decides on getting better. You got to wonder what their thought process is every year. They get very close, but they don't do anything ever to improve. And they bring in people for rentals. They lose Manny Machado. Darvish never worked out. Exactly. I love Segura. Segura is one of my favorite players in the league as far as 5 tool. I mean, he's terrific. I've talked about him many times. Gene Segura, great guy. Do I like Philly tonight with Paul George out? Well, Joel Embiid's out and Boban. Thank you, Freddie. Well, I still do it, and I'll be doing it tomorrow. So subscribe to this channel, and you'll get it. Was watching Babano earlier on the chat, and he was getting at you. What do you mean he was getting at you? What did he say? It seems out of realm of him. He doesn't really ever behave like that. What was he saying, Alex? That's who is getting out of line? What's that all about? My thoughts on Hampton. They don't play tonight. I think they're solid. I don't care about fucking those lame ass commenters. You think I give a fuck about those people? Come on, man. They're not even in my league, them people. Get out of here. I ain't worried about those guys. You think I care about them people? They're all $5 bettors. They don't shine my shoes. I don't care what they think. When they start getting paid to do content and they make, money doing this, then they can let me know. I mean, I just have a cup. I'm not drinking. I'm drinking Fiji. I'm just not drinking out of the bottle. Oh, thanks. That's nice of you. No, I don't have much on the Southern Conference tonight. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't give a shit about those people, man. I do my own thing now. I'm not worried about the bag show. I couldn't care less. Jimmy the Bag can't shine my fucking shoes. I don't give a fuck what he thinks. Think I care what some fucking 2-bit comedian thinks of me? He ain't a fucking sports bettor. He's playing in this game. He ain't a sports bettor. Those are the kind of guys you avoid in this business. Guys that have no skin in the game. They do it because it's the cool thing to do. It's the flavor of the month. You talk about a guy that has no idea what he's doing. I mean, that's case in point right there. Absolutely no idea what he's doing. None. Just that simple. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I want to thank all of you for joining me here and hanging out. It's always fun. A lot of people always in here as usual. Thanks for always supporting us. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern. We'll finish out the week. We obviously have the weekly Saturday show as well. Make sure you support that. We'll go over plenty of stuff, and we'll have some fun over the weekend as always. Have a great night. Thanks for checking me out. I'm the big man on campus. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. And if you're listening to the show after the fact, make sure you comment and say hello. Have a great night. Bye-bye.